She turns her experiences into music, into notes, even the protests in her home country, Turkey. These days, composer Zeynep Gedizlioglu lives and works in Berlin.
The Kreuzberg district of Berlin. Noisy, chaotic, full of contradictions, the perfect place to work.
It helps me focus. Once I even finished composing one of my piano pieces called Die Wand entlang in the airport.
Im Flughafen beendet habe.
Her most recent work is called Durak. It was commissioned by Deutsche Welle for this year's Beethoven Festival in Bonn. Her compositions are known for their precision and uncompromising attention to detail. Zeynep Gedizlioglu is at home in the international new music scene. She was born in Izmir, studied in Istanbul, Saarbrücken, Strasbourg, and Karlsruhe, and spent a year doing research in Paris.
I can't even really imagine living in a place where I'd say, this is where I'll stay, where I belong. And for me, being rootless is something good, useful, productive.
When Zeynep Gedizlioglu left Turkey 12 years ago, her piano stayed in Istanbul. She taught herself how to compose without an instrument. She does her best work in public places like cafes and libraries. And her music changed too as a result. It grew more complex, bolder, and more experimental.
All I need is myself, my mind, which gives me the imagination I need to create my works. A pencil, some paper, and it helps to have an eraser.
Shortly after she began working on the commission last May, the people of Istanbul took to the streets. They demanded more freedom, more democracy, and self-determination. The police responded to the demonstrators with brutality and force. Suddenly, the place she'd left behind, Turkey, was calling to her.
But what was I supposed to do? Just quit what I was doing, buy a gas mask, and go to Istanbul and be useful?
The title of her new work, Durak, has several meanings in Turkish. A break, a decisive step, a phase, a word that captures the dichotomies of her work.
This is my language, music. And that was the decision I faced. Will I take to the streets? Or will I choose a more solitary, slow path of trying to find something to say?
Music is her language, but that path, too, didn't happen overnight. Gedizlioglu's parents are both artists, but not musicians. Her mother's an actress and theater director. Her stepfather is a painter. When she was 8, Zeynep discovered her parents' record collection. Rock music, nothing classical, but it captivated her like nothing else.
Music can transform your entire life. It's a kind of vitality that you suddenly discover and feel within yourself. You didn't even realize it, and then there it is. It can be a moment, an experience. And all of a sudden, your entire world has changed.
Unlike many other composers, Zeynep Gedizlioglu doesn't use a computer or simulation software to create her work. She doesn't actually hear her finished piece until it's time for rehearsal.
That's another thing I love about my career. It's part of what makes it so exciting. The first rehearsal is really a magical experience.
She composed Durak for the students of the Istanbul University Orchestra. It's the first time the young musicians are performing contemporary classical music.
Çok teşekkür ederim. Müthişti.
It's a demanding work for the performers and the audience. But the premiere is a success. The Turkish ambassador is a bit more restrained in his applause. He's less than pleased about the political implications of the work. Durak also represents a break, a rupture, for the composer herself. She's a musical nomad, but now Turkey, her homeland, and the protests there have taken up residence in her work. The result is a powerful statement set to the language of music.